everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, I am your girl TAIregriffin, and I am your life builder, here to help you create the life that you love and remain totally submitted unto Christ. And today I have a special guest with me, Mr. Dozie.
How you guys doing?
Say your name like the fancy way. How you say it in African?
Dozie Ezemma.
Did you hear
That's
that?
the government.
That's the government. So don't Google, okay? So I am here with a special guest. This is like so amazing. I'll tell you a story about how we met on a later video. But God answered the desires of my heart because I told my friend, I was like, Dallas, well, I came here. Dallas is not going to owe me anything, and neither will Millions Con. And I was just like, Dallas owes me nothing, but one more thing. Dozie owes me. So we're here, and it's official, and it's lit. And we got a great topic for you guys today. You ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready. So what is the topic? What are we talking about today?
Talking about purity, not having sex, just being a man, honestly, and being out here in these streets, you know, being a man, loving women.
Loving women. Glory to God. We love them. Don't get it twisted. Although this is our story.
God blessed us men with beautiful women on this world. But really just learning how to live life, not having sex, and I am a virgin. I've never had sex before in my life.
Bruh. Bruh. And you're 27?
27.
Never.
Never had sex before.
Never.
Never. Not
so
even,
it's possible. You're telling me that it's possible.
it's possible.
Well, that's very funny because I'm a woman and I'm 27 and I'm not a virgin, but I'm a virgin 2.0. And I wouldn't have asked for it any other way. Because you know what, I'm going to be very vulnerable for a second. When I was coming up, I had to tell myself I wanted to be a virgin, but my husband could not be a virgin because I felt like if he had more experience, it would be better.
I've heard that too.
That was a very ignorant statement growing up, but God has definitely evolved my entire mind. But happens to be, I'm not a virgin anymore, but I'm glad for all the experiences that I did have.
No?
I'd marry a virgin now. Maybe something in the juice, you know?
But now.
So yes, that's our topic for today, but we want to just like share some vulnerabilities in that topic because it's not easy doing it this way. I know for you, because I used to tell my best friend in college, you don't know what you're missing until you've had it. So you don't really, can you really miss it since you've never like done it?
Well, no and yes. To be honest, I mean, in reality, your body is still attracted to the opposite sex, no matter what.
Right.
At the end of the day, your body works, hormones work, like those things don't turn off. You want whatever happens, it's normal, it's on fire, it just goes down like that.
Right.
And the reality is, you just have to be able to turn it off, or you have to know how to deal with it. Most people don't face it; they give into it and submit to it. Now, I had the beauty of having great spiritual parents that had my back because I played football, I went to the NFL. So when you talk about women, I had my pick. But so I had a reason, and the reason was Jesus Christ. So for me, there wasn't no school, there wasn't any class, there wasn't a big thing. Really, it was just the way I grew up. Jesus did something crazy to me where I would end up waiting for marriage. Didn't even plan to, didn't even want to, but it happened that way.
God is the kind of guy, he'll set you up. He'll set you up. Yeah. But you definitely have to have a purpose. Because if you don't have a purpose and why you're doing it, if you have nothing to stand on, it's easy to fall into anything. I think Malcolm X said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So it's like going to the grocery store when you're hungry. You want everything. But if you if you eat before, or whatever the case may be, you're able to curb that appetite.
Absolutely.
Because everything, you know what I'm saying?
And I tell people all the time, she just asked me before, and I said, there's 3 steps to it. It's really purpose, accountability, and boundaries.
Yes.
Now, purpose is the reason you're doing it. If you're doing it for your wife or your husband, that's not good enough. You have to be doing it for Christ. Because what happens is you're going to think somebody's your wife or husband, and it's a wrap, done deal.
Not only that, but not even thinking that they're your husband or your wife, but if you only do it for them, because what I've learned is lust doesn't stop just because you have a commitment. So, exactly, it don't stop. So just because you say I'm going to do this, but when you get married, you find another lust. So you may not be lusting for sex anymore, but you're lusting for money, you're lusting for a bigger house. Your lust is going to just continue to evolve. Okay, you feel that, but now you're still lusting here. So you have to deal with lust, and it has to be rooted in something different. So like an anchor. You have to have an anchor for this because your boat can drift off, but what's going to keep you from going too far?
Yeah, it's true. So Christ can keep you from going too far, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, that's the solution. But to be practical, because that sounds really big and crazy, it's boundaries. Your boundaries. If you don't set boundaries for yourself, you tripping. Like, tripping, bugging. If you don't know what that means, excuse my New York slang, that means you're doing the wrong thing.
Right.
Boundaries are needed. If you don't set boundaries, like for instance, for me, I'm not going over to any woman's crib by myself. One-on-one, it's not happening. If you have a get-together, that's cool, but one-on-one, no. And it's because of me.
Not even if you like it, because I remember you did a video like that, so make sure you go follow his stuff. It'll be in the description below. But you did a video and you said, I don't even, if you're even a friend. So I don't even gotta like you. I'm not coming to your house, period, because people sleep with friends all the time. On accident.
About best friend.
They don't be best friends.
It's true.
They don't be best friends. They be buddy friends, you know, like butt friends. We don't play with you or Satan like that.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But yeah, and I said that because people are like, oh well, he or she's just my friend. Well, the reality is you're becoming comfortable with the opposite sex one-on-one at your place.
Right.
And when you're comfortable, that's when things begin to get mixed up with somebody else. That's why I don't play that.
You know what, I had 2 guys that have done this to me. They call me sis. Like, even if we don't, I don't like to be called sis, even if we don't like each other. It just feels like incest, because what do we do make it happen? And then my aunt be like, it's okay because you're really brothers and sisters in Christ until God says differently. But I asked him, I said, are you calling me sis to protect yourself, or is this something that you usually do? He was like, it's a protection mechanism. So do what works best for you. But if I don't call you bro, I don't need to have that. So that's not something that I need to be a boundary over in my own life personally. I don't need that. Not saying that I'm stronger, but a lot of times people fall into sin because they think they're stronger than they really are.
Oh, now you talking. 9 out of 10 times when people mess up, they thought they weren't going to mess up. They thought they were good.
Yep.
The difference between me and other people is I'm very honest with myself. I'm like, look, if I do this, I'm going to mess up. Matter of fact, I want to mess up. So I'm not going to put myself in that situation to mess up. You get what I mean?
Right.
So it's a big difference to that.
Yeah.
Big difference.
So, and then the third one was accountability. You can't do this without somebody. I had a dream, and I can share this with you really quickly. I was watching Power, and in the dream, I had siblings, or my niece and nephew, we were in a hotel room for some reason, and he came from the TV into my bedroom, whatever character it was, and we started sleeping together, and we were trying to keep it so low that other people, I didn't want the kids to know we were having sex. And he started like ejaculating, and I'm being very honest. This is what you're here for. He started ejaculating, but he ejaculated something black. And I had no idea what it is. I'm telling you something. Spirit husbands and wives are very real. Just want you to know. And I went into the bathroom, and I came out, and I saw the black stuff, and I was like, why is something black coming from your area? And I was like, do you have AIDS or a disease or something like that? And he was like, no. So he got mad at me. He was like, you're going to still sleep with me. I ended up running out of the hotel room, but he didn't know that I had already escaped this situation before. And then I'm running to some friends, and I told my friend Shakiya last night, I'm pointing because she's right there. I told Shakiya last night, from that dream, I ran to something that could secure me. I had friends there who understood what I was going through and different things like that, accountability. But even going back, I mentioned, I started out watching Power. The things that you watch and stuff like that, going back to boundaries again, you need to be very careful, because when you're watching stuff, it's feeding that thing in you, and you're thinking you're strong, and then all of a sudden, the enemy is like, there's a door, and I'm going to go in here, because she was watching Power, watching all those sex scenes, now she's horny. You know what I'm saying? Like, the enemy is so crafty and so manipulative, but that was a power pack dream that I will, dissect later. But I ran to my friends. I ran to my friends.
I completely understand. Accountability is huge. If you don't have anybody that you look to as a father figure, mother figure, or somebody in your life, or even just somebody that, hey, if they say something to you, it's going to cause you to think or put you in check, you're struggling.
Yeah.
Because Christ is using them to keep you accountable.
You're hearing their voice.
Absolutely. Yeah, hearing that voice in your head, and it's just putting you in check in a lot of ways.
You want to know how I went through a situation where I was going to talk to this guy, and I didn't want to tell my godfather about him, and in my heart, I already was offended by what he was going to say. And I said, in that instance, I learned that I already knew it wasn't the will of God because I was scared of what somebody was going to say about it.
Absolutely. That's true. That's very true.
I was so afraid of what they were going to say. So in advance, God will get you at first. And then you're like, well, how God let me fall? No, you let yourself fall because the Holy Spirit was talking to you. He kept telling you, we're talking to you now, and you still thinking, I can do it. I can do it.
Absolutely.
I can do it.
Absolutely. People love blaming God for everything.
They really do. Like, God's like...
And the crazy thing is, when it comes down to living a Christian life or living a walk, whatever you do, the greatest thing you can do is make a decision and be willing to accept every consequence that comes with it. The problem is people make decisions and they're not willing to face the consequences to it.
Not taking responsibility.
Absolutely. Like, for instance, we were just talking about, let's say, height requirements for the opposite sex. If we talk about height requirements, you know, at the end of the day, if I decide, for instance, I use myself, if I decide, hey, I want a girl that's 6'7", I'm only 6'3", but let's say I say that, I have to be willing to accept that all the women that are under 6'7", I'm not interested in. That means later on in life, if I'm still single, I should be at peace because I accepted the consequences of my actions.
That's
You know
good.
what I'm saying?
That's good. That's
If you're not willing to do that, that's when people get upset at God. Why? You made that decision.
That's good. That was I don't know to come back from that. That was really, really, really good. But you also, if you're going that way, not being disrespectful to cutting off all these men just because you want this thing, but be very side note, be very flexible, because sometimes God will give you what you don't want. It won't be something like oh my God, but sometimes God will be like, I know what you need.
Absolutely.
I know what you need. And I know that you need to stay home after 10 o'clock because if you're out after that, my mom said there ain't nothing open late besides legs and stores. So
That's very true.
so keep yourself by doing those three things. Okay, right now. 3 things. Know your purpose. Know why you're doing it. You have to have something greater than I can do it and I'm strong enough. The second one is have your boundaries in place. You don't wait to have boundaries after the fact, after you fall in. Have boundaries before you even go into that situation to protect you and also protect them, because although you may not marry that person, they're still somebody's husband or wife. And then be accountable. Accept your responsibility. Have somebody to call, because you will get horny on this walk. Loving God, you get horny. Your body still works, like he said. And he's a black man, and he understands. You know what I'm saying? But have your accountability. I hate birds. Have your accountability already in place, so you don't have to fall, and you can have somebody that you can trust. Or if you do fall, because I'm not saying that you won't make a mistake, be able to go to that person and let them know, confess your faults one to another, and then go back through the steps. Okay, I've done this, now what are my boundaries, and then why am I doing it? And I promise you, you will have success in being pure as a young believer, male or female, in 2018. Well, thank you for joining us today. Anything else you want to say?
No, that was it.
Shout yourself out. Let them know where to find you
So
at.
everybody, my name is Dozie Ezemma. Instagram name Dozie, D-O-Z-I-E, the number 4 and the letter J. You can follow me. I have a YouTube channel called Dozie Ezemma. You can see it from the Instagram, and it's just talking about Christ from a male perspective. Just keeping it 100. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm trying to help you out. So
You heard it here first. But I needed the mic. You heard it here first. This is Dozie Ezemma and TAKOVER, and we are out of here. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
see y'all later.
That was like how, if you can see at least
Yeah.
his feet in my...
You can't see his feet,
Oh,
but
that's fine.
okay.
Can't see nothing.
No, you're good.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't.
Y'all are good.
You want shoes? Want shoes? The trash
No,
can.
no,
Do you see the
no,
trash
no,
can?
no. I don't want my shoes.